All right, let's talk about something you probably use every single day without even thinking about it, the QR code. We're going to break down how scammers are taking this super convenient little tool and turning it into a seriously powerful weapon to get inside your phone.
Now, just so you know where all this is coming from, our whole analysis today is based on a fantastic, in-depth report from the security researchers over at Unit 42 Palo Alto Networks. So yeah, we're getting this straight from the pros.
You see these little squares everywhere, right? Restaurant menus, posters, you name it. They're basically a magic bridge from the real world to the digital world. But here's the scary part. What if that bridge doesn't lead to a menu, but leads an attacker straight to you? Get a load of this number. According to Unit 42's research, they are tracking an average of 11,000 malicious QR codes every single day. The scale of this is just wild, and believe me, it is not slowing down.
So how does this even work? How do they pull it off? Let's get into it and dissect the anatomy of a typical QR code attack. You might be surprised at how simple, and because of that, how incredibly dangerous it is.
Okay, I know this diagram looks a little complicated. It's pulled right from the security report, but it really boils down to 3 dead simple steps. 1, the attacker creates a bad QR code. 2, you scan it. And 3, they get in. It's really that easy for them. The number 1 trick in the attacker's playbook, by far, is using malicious URL shorteners. They love these things. Why? Because a QR code completely hides where you're actually going. It's not like an email where you can hover your mouse over a link to check it out. You just have to scan and pray it's legit. And this graph, wow, this just says it all. You can see the traffic to these QR code shortener services just skyrocketing. And the more people use them for good stuff, the more cover it gives the bad guys to hide their nasty links.
And let's put a hard number on that spike. Traffic to these services jumped 55% in just 1 year. This isn't some theoretical thing we're talking about. This threat is exploding right now.
And here are some of the actual domains that attackers love to abuse. You'll see things like qrcode.io, meqr.com, and the rest on this list. Now, these services themselves aren't evil, but they've become the perfect tool for scammers to hide where they're really sending you. Okay, here's a perfect example of what this looks like in the wild. An attacker sends you some official-looking document with a QR code. You scan it, and bam, you land on what looks like a perfectly normal Microsoft Outlook login page. But it's a complete fake. The second you type in your password, it's game over. They've got your credentials. All right, so that's stealing passwords, but what if the attack could do more than just open a website? What if it could reach directly into the apps already on your phone? Let's go a level deeper. To understand this, you gotta know about something called a deep link. So, a normal web link opens your browser. A deep link, though, is special. It tells your phone to open a specific app to a specific screen. For instance, a link starting with tg/login won't open your browser. It jumps you straight into the Telegram app's login function. And attackers are all over this. So check this out. A victim lands on a phishing site promising some reward. They scan the QR code. But instead of a website, it fires off a deep link. This sends a command straight to their Telegram app asking to authorize a new login. If they tap accept, that's it. They've just handed their entire account over to a stranger. So this is what the weapon actually looks like. The malicious deep link is structured just like this. tg/login.token equals, and then all that text that follows. That long string of characters after the equal sign, that's the digital key the attacker uses to waltz right into your account. And this isn't just about stealing social media accounts. This is being used in actual espionage. The report highlights a campaign that was targeting Ukrainian users of the secure messaging app Signal. The attackers used QR codes with Signal deep links to try and connect the victim's account to a device that they controlled. And for those of you who track this kind of thing, here's the specific indicator of compromise, or IOC, from that campaign. The phishing page that was hosting that malicious QR code was located at this domain, snitch.opengroup.site. This is a real weapon being used in a real conflict. And now we get to the most dangerous method of all. What if attackers could trick you into installing their malicious software directly on your phone, completely bypassing the security of the official app stores? Well, on Android devices, they can do this using something called an APK file. It's basically an application package that lets you sideload an app without ever touching the Google Play Store. And a QR code can send you right to one of these malicious files to download. Here's how they get you. You see a flashy ad for a cool mobile game. You scan the QR code, But instead of going to the App Store, your phone just starts downloading a file from some sketchy domain like f99.app. And trust me, what you're downloading is not a game.
And if you actually install it, just look at what it asks for. Access to your precise location, your camera, your photos, your phone status, even the ability to manage your accounts. You're not downloading a game. You're handing over the keys to your entire digital life.
Okay, I know that was a lot of scary stuff, but look, knowledge is power. The point isn't just to be scared, it's to be prepared. Now that we know the threats, let's talk about the most important part, how you can build a shield and stay safe.
Here are 4 critical steps. First, just be cautious. If a QR code is slapped on some random telephone pole, maybe don't scan it. Second, preview the URL. Most camera apps today show you the link before you open it. Use that. Third, understand the risk, which, hey, you're doing right now. And fourth, use security tools that can filter out bad URLs before they can ever do any harm.
So it all comes down to this one question. That QR code is a doorway. Before you open it, you need to ask yourself if you trust what's on the other side. The next time you point your camera at one of those little black and white squares, just pause and think. Are you scanning safely?
And that's our breakdown. If you found this explainer of the Unit 42 report helpful and you want to see more deep dives just like this one, clicking that like button and subscribing really is a huge help and allows us to keep making them. Thanks for watching.